Oh, how?
And good morning, welcome to another episode on Mango's Journey. So, as you can see, we're outside again. We are on the way to the local shop. We're going to be building up the Dominion box, some of it at least. So, but basically today's episode is a bit different. Well, it's a bit different, well, it's not really. So I was watching the stream the other day, and it made me think, this person suffers with body dysmorphia, and it's one of the things that I suffer with. So I suffer with body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia. So a day to day is sort of a real big struggle. And I know this can be a sensitive topic to talk about because for me it's quite difficult. Like talking about like how I'm not comfortable with my body, but to the extent where I'm just not comfortable with even my gender as I am. So as people see me, I'm a guy. That's not the case. I am a female and I class myself as female, and I think that will probably always be the case. I got diagnosed with body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, and yeah, I've been struggling with just my body and gender just in general, like for years now, since I was a kid, and I didn't realise how much of an impact it has in my life. And now being diagnosed with it and going through the motions of trying to get a bit better with it and handle it with a better day is getting better, but it's still not as easy. So for example, I can't look in mirrors, and actually may not seem it may not seem because of like these videos on YouTube, also the Twitch live streams and Discord calls. I hate being on camera, and this is something that I push myself to do every day, every week, to try and learn to deal with the emotions it brings. Because right now, because of obviously the recording, but because of the gender dysmorphia, the body dysmorphia, at least to say I'm very uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable in the slightest. But it was thanks to another streamer who brought up that they suffer with it, and made me think, it's like, I know how hard this is, I know how hard this can be for people. I know I'm not the only one out there that suffers with this. I know there are plenty of other people that do. And so that's what more the body, the gender side is just difficult as hell. Like, there was a song that actually portrays it exactly how I feel with the gender dysmorphia. It's a song by Beartooth, funny enough. So it's bloody Tractor. Tractor's always come past there. But it's a song called Skin from Beartooth. And I started listening to it, and that just spoke out to me, because it was like, that's exactly how I feel. Like, even if I could look in the mirror, my reflection's telling me I'm not going to win, and I'm just not comfortable in literally my own skin. I feel like this isn't my body, this isn't me. So yeah, I think this is quite a difficult subject, because I've only recently been diagnosed with it this year, and speaking about it is really difficult for me, and I know it is for other people as well. I'm not trying to say it's not, but like, people going through gender dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, or any sort of dysmorphias, like, I feel ya. Like, and it's not fucking easy, it's really not. And even to this day, like, I push myself to the limit. I push myself to breaking point. There are some days where the dysmorphias get to me that bad, I just don't want to get out of bed. And I just don't want to do anything, I don't want to see anyone. And it sucks, because I'm not like that, and I want to get out and see people, but the dysmorphias are one of the things that gets in the way, amongst other things like mental health. But it's not a walk in the park, it never will be. And I think even when like my gender dysmorphia gets sorted, I think I'll still have it, because I'll still, yes, I'll be a new person technically because of surgeries and stuff like that, but I will still be in that body, and I think that means the body dysmorphia will still play, because I just won't be comfortable in my own skin, in my own body, just everything in general. And I think that's going to be an interesting thing to see where I go afterwards. And yeah, it was just something that someone said about how they were struggling with it, and it really made me think. It was like, wow, I'm struggling and I don't even realise. And I put on essentially this masquerade or mask or whatever you want to call it, to make people thinking I'm doing okay, I don't struggle, and I'm just being myself and this, that and the other. But in reality, the body dysmorphia and the gender dysmorphia are just two of the things that affect me on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's hard to explain, but going to sleep when I do sleep, but then, yeah, it's just difficult because, like, I don't like my gender, I don't want to be in my own body, I don't feel it's my body, this, that and the other. But yeah, it's a very difficult one. Yeah, as always, I will catch you on at the end of the day when I'm on my walk back. We'll let everyone know how it went today, how things are going, how I managed to cope throughout the day. We're talking about this stuff. So we'll see everyone a bit later. And we are back. So yeah, so obviously this is the day end. So as we can see, just from up there, nice sun sort of thing, we'll call it. But it's very bloody bright. It is. Just about to see something else. Yeah, so got a lot of stuff built today. I think we averaged about 85 models today, something like that, for like 7 hours. So it's not too bad. Hopefully I can get a bit more done tomorrow. But yeah, so really just really continue on the talk from this morning. So yeah, so like dealing with, like, this is now another prime example, dealing with body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia in like a situation where there's a lot of people about. Obviously anxiety is through the roof at the minute, so I'm going to be glad when I get back. But dealing with the body dysmorphia, and that does not help in any slight or form, because obviously bringing around crowds, if I'm not comfortable with my own skin, it causes problems for myself, and unfortunately it's just one of those things I have to deal with on a daily basis. That's why I don't really socialise much outside as well. I do try and force myself, as you can see right now. I force myself and push myself, but there's only so much you can force and push yourself before you sort of burn yourself out and just break. And I've been suffering with this body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia for years and years and years, since I was a kid. But I only ever spoke up about it 4 years ago. Well, a year ago it's been. I've been out fully for a year, but it's been quite a big thing for me in general. And like, even dealing with all this sort of stuff is just one of those things that happens. And like, it's never been easy. Never has been. Like, it's just one of those things, really. Like, with like people I've met that have the same thing, and they have to take like R&R, we'll call it, and stuff like that. But for me, because like with all my other mental health, the dysmorphias are just twice as bad for me, I feel. So like, I will go days, weeks, months without like seeing someone in a like a face-to-face sort of thing. It's sort of getting to the point now where I'm struggling to have my camera on the streams with me. We just finished a charity stream, and that was 157 hours. That really put pressure on me. Not so much like I was draining and stuff like that, and mentally it took a lot. But it was more for the aspect of the body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, because I wasn't able to be how I was off stream, because obviously I'm live, I couldn't really do much. So that was just a huge struggle, and like, if anyone else out there does suffer with body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, or any form of dysmorphias that you struggle with, like, I'm always sort of around for people to help them, and I'll always be there for everyone and anyone, as people know. That's just the type of person I am. Regardless of what goes on in my personal life, I'm still here for everyone, and I still push myself, but I never take breaks. So I actually took a break this Monday, and that was my first day where I did no recording, nothing at all. Had a day of just chilling out, playing Minecraft. That was the first day in 18 months that I took. And with the dysmorphia stuff, it was don't get me wrong, it was nice to really just take a break from everything, but it was still a struggle. Like, with people that have the dysmorphias, I know, speaking for myself, it's a struggle day in, day night, off camera, on camera, regardless of what I'm doing. It's always going to be a thing. It's always going to be there. It's going to take years to deal with. Heck, I haven't even fully dealt with it myself and coping with it, and it's been 27 years. Because I'm just going to say from birth, because yeah, as a kid I never felt right and all this sort of stuff. So for me, it's just one of the things I've lived with for so long now, but I've never had a way of dealing with it, because I've always dealt with it myself, put other people before myself, and then deal with myself last. And I think that's how I'll always be, regardless. But yeah, so that's a little bit more into me. So obviously today we spoke about the body dysmorphia, gender dysmorphia, and yeah, so that's just another thing really added to the collection. You guys know about me, and just really pushing myself and doing this so I can talk about my story, say my piece, sort of thing, because you never know, all this recording, the series might help someone, and if it helps someone, that's a good thing. But yeah, so obviously on that note, that would be this episode. Not really sure what we're going to do on the next one, but I'll think of something. Keep a lookout on the channel, because there's going to be a lot more stuff coming, a hell of a lot actually. So yeah, but on that note, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy it, or have any sort of thing you want to say, or anything, hit me up, post down in the comments. If not, all my links will be down in the description, ready to go for you guys. So on that note, I will see you guys on another episode of Mango's Journey.